back to your husbands. They're going to chastise you. And on the top of that, it's not a Vedic moral to give up your husband. Just show a little fear and measure what you without that. So more and more person go in those levels of one thing, more and more he getting sensitive to that. Because he wants himself to give 100% to that person. So in that measurement, in that calculated nature, it's very difficult to cross all these tests given by Krishna. These are very higher tests. And in this world in India, we must say Krishna is testing me. This is very basic test, Baba. This is nothing. I got sick or some accident happened to me, Krishna is testing me. This is very basic level. But the very high class test is when you want to go to the level. The very high class. Huh? Yes. So it's not that he's abandoning us, but is shaping us, giving more shape towards that final goal. Because he practiced that. Last Balaji said, and this was another point to say yesterday, but to cover up today. This is all Gurudev's vichar. Very deep. From real Bhagavatam.
What is the
Nature. No, that's from Bhagavatam. In the case of, in the chapter of Kaliya, when Krishna dares on the piece of Kaliya and he starts making blood, then Krishna why Krishna becomes sensitive.
One morning he goes like, oh, I felt like I was dancing in 2 mountains.
So what is the question? No, but that's not the nature of the soul. Soul has nothing to do with Brahmachari or Brahmachari. Na Vipro, na Chanarpati, na Pi Vaishya, na Shotara. Mahaprabhu told, I'm not Brahmachari, I'm not Prastha or Sannyasi. These are different sections which is conducive to bhajan, to ultimate Krishna. And you can be more into Krishna consciousness, then you can address me. Or if you can more if I'm a sannyasi, or more if I'm a brahmachari, that's a different sections. So that's not a true nature. And that's why pujaris in the temple, before they start worshipping the deities, Shaligram, they have to do food shuddhi. Food means not the ghost. Food means the son of God. So there is a verse in Archan Deepika for purifying that concept. Naham Vipro, Nasha Narpati. I'm not Brahmin, I'm not king, I'm not this. Okay, Haru Dukha Kata Balayo, Das, Das. That's my true nature. So before worshipping Shaligram deities, Krishna has to learn his purification and understanding. This is my true nature, that I am your servant, and I am your Arjuna. I was Pujari, I was child can't digest some of it. But Gurudev was so, with a very special mood, he was saying this in Braj Festival, New Braj Festival, that I am speaking these topics, I know only one or two can understand. But if I won't speak, then it will be lost. So at least I'm speaking and you are hearing and making notes. It will be in your memory. So he crossed that level also. And he told directly, I know how many of you understand and how many of you fall for it. Only God knows.
Subtitles that class.
Huh?
It's Shaman with subtitles down. Class of Magic.